First impression is the best impression. That's the difference around here. From December 4th on, you've waited 200 days for this moment. You show what 2025 could be all about. There's a different feeling now. There's a different feeling right here. You can feel it. Somebody's got to see it tonight. How freaking bad are you want to show that we are the best damn team tonight? No doubt about it. Line it up. I can't wait to watch you.
Raptors, they were one play short of a state championship 1 year ago. Their new journey starts tonight. How's that for a season opener, man?
Not just Anderson. Our game of the week between Anderson and Cooper. Both teams, they were both state runner-ups, respectively, in Kentucky and Ohio, and both teams, they've never played each other before.
It's crazy having this cross-river game to start the season. Welcome in, everybody. This is Friday Football. He's Marshall, and I'm Caleb. Our game of the week tonight was a good one from across the river. Cooper and Anderson. Here we go. It was not my will, man, but I was made to watch a whole documentary on Anderson's 2007 state championship recently. Watched the whole thing. They love to get title number 2 this year after coming so close a year ago. Jordan Davis would need to be a big part of it. In for 6, and the Raptors take an early lead. At the end of the first half, Cooper gets on the board. Eiler Tibbs from 24 yards out. I can't get over how much Cooper's uniforms look like the hated Turpin team. Their uniforms, the colors. Second half for Anderson, same guys before Jordan Davis. He had 3 touchdowns tonight. Anderson explodes in the second half. 44 points after halftime. Did you know the school, the building, is shaped like an A? The A stands for... and they're good again. Give Cooper their flowers. Again, they were in the state title game last year in Kentucky, but tonight belongs to the Raptors. Big first step for the best darn team tonight.
How hungry were you guys out here tonight, Evan?
That was a special thing. That was one of those things where, inexperienced guys were so uptight to get back and thought we could win a championship tonight. It was just one game. We were super excited, overly excited, and it's great to walk off game 1 1-0.
How about a week 1 tradition? St. Xavier hosting Lakota West. Lakota West, they're driving. The Bomber defense had other plans. Braden Riley, get picking. That's a big boy interception. St. X ball later in the third quarter. St. X quarterback Jackson Frey dumps it off to Spencer Stegbauer, who goes to work all the way to the 20-yard line. Later in the drive, Frey, a.k.a. The Frey, goes over my head. Gorgeous touchdown, and that reference went over the head of all the high school kids watching. Touchdown pass to Cameron Taylor. You're not in high school. You think you are. Touchdown turns out to be a big one. St. X defeats Lakota West 14-7.
I got it, man. No worries. Don't worry about it. All right, Colerain hoping to put an end to a rough losing streak. Last win for Colerain was October of 2022. They get LaSalle to open the season. LaSalle quick to score. Avier Carter in for the first one of the new year. Later on, first quarter, Nasir Salam, 30 yards out, no problem. The Lancers rolling deep, 42 points deep, a shutout win to open things up. Colerain is still searching.
Don't have to search far for this rivalry. It's a crosstown rivalry. Badin and Hamilton battling. Badin up 3, looking for more. Hey, now you're an all-star smash mouth football. Lem Grayson finds the end zone to give Badin some cushion. Badin wins 38-20. Faith over fear. Roger Bacon honoring staff member Ron Meister against Indian Hill. In the first half, Indian Hill dominated on defense. A whole pack of Braves coming in for the sack. On third down, that would lead to an Indian Hill field goal when they got the ball. Time winding down in the half. Senior defensive lineman Jackson Fry picks it at the line of scrimmage. Fry cooks them all the way back for a pick 6. Indian Hill's ferocious defense leads the Braves 30-7, the final in victory.
All right, nice win for them to start the season. We're not done. When we come back, they combined for 23 wins last year. Tonight, 2 Northern Kentucky contenders open the season against one another for the second year in a row.
Plus, the first varsity game in school history. St. Henry's Crusade begins tonight. Friday football rolls on after this.
I'm Jackson Schmidt, and we're the Colonel Crazies on Friday Football.
Hello from Park Hills, the Colonel Crazies.
Yeah, it looks just like Maui, Honolulu. Yeah, just put a pig roast out there, and it's a Hawaiian luau.
Yeah, Covington Catholic welcomed in Ryle tonight. We're back, man. It's football season.
Never left.
Football
We're ready.
season.
Football season ends. What do? You wait for football season. So football season's cyclical. It's year-round.
All right, a couple of contenders down in northern Kentucky. We go to Park Hills here. Covington Catholic lost their first 2 games last year. One of them was to Ryle. Then they turned around and won their next 11 games all the way to the state semifinals. Ryle went to the state title game in their class. They'd like to go back. Speaking of going back, Dylan Lee, we're going back this way. Woo! Ryle already up 7-0 on 3rd down here. Check out my guy, Nathan Varex. Refused to let the play die like Joe Burrow in the preseason, but this is the regular season. It counts, and he makes it count. Dylan Lee, my man, gets the pick on defense and the tutty on offense, 14-0 Ryle. All right, CovCath answers, and if your name is Dylan, you get a touchdown tonight. Cash Harney to Dylan Geyser. Got lost in the mix, and then hello, all the way home. CovCath on the board. They came back to tie it at 14, but on the last offensive play of the first half, Ryle on 4th down. They called a timeout with 5 seconds left. 21 Savage. Jacob Savage punches it across. Tight game between 2 contenders in Kentucky. Ryle takes down CovCath again, 26-20. All right, Marshall, here we go. Across town in Fort Thomas tonight. Drama.
Right to it. Highlands kicking for the win against Frederick Douglass. Blocked. Right into OT. Make it a double OT. Highlands, they're down a score. Need a touchdown to stay in the game. Hayden Lorenzen punches it in. Highlands could kick the extra point and go to a 3rd overtime, but not today. Highlands going for 2, risking it all. Jackpot. Lorenzen converts the 2-point conversion. Highlands risks it all and wins a thriller in double overtime, 21-20. The final.
Bet it all, Bobby. Bob Spire. Gamble pays off. First varsity football game in St. Henry history. They come out the tunnel with a horse.
Unreal. Unreal.
Unfortunately for the Crusaders, the first play in program history is a kickoff return for a touchdown. Heck of a way to start the season if you're Holy Cross. And Thomas Maddox, a quick 7-0 spot to him. And that was just the beginning. Holy Cross celebrating early, and they roll tonight, 47-0. Brian Ferguson to Braylon Thornberry there. And, Holy Cross. 1-0 to start the season.
In Indiana, an opening week classic. East Central and Lawrenceburg. East Central standing on business, as the kids say. Ryan Minguez finds the pay dirt in the first half, and East Central would pour it on after that. East Central wins the Southeastern Indiana rivalry 39-12.
All right, talking about rivalries, how about the Country Day Cup? Summit and CCD. CCD's been home to the Cup the last couple of years. Hoping to make it 3 in a row tonight. Late first half, still scoreless, but Summit breaks the tie. David Poignard, a freshman. It's 6-0 Summit. Later on, though, the Nighthawks answer. Brandon Profit Jr., they hit the extra point. It's 7-6 CCD. All right, Summit had a chance to take the lead on a field goal with 30 seconds left, but it misses. No good. And CCD keeps the cup at their place. They win it 7-6. Celebration.
Speaking of winning, we win, because still to come, Mike Dyer standing by at Charles L. Brown Stadium on Forest Road. One final word from the expert next. Welcome back to Friday Football, our first edition of the year, and our first game of the week of the year was leading in to be a fun, spicy one. It was a cross-river rivalry. You can't even call it that because the 2 teams have never played before. Cooper.
We can call it whatever we want, though,
That's true.
to be fair.
Who's going to tell us? Cooper and Anderson, both runners-up in their respective state tournaments last year between Kentucky and Ohio. And normally when you're talking about Anderson, it's about their potent offense and how electric they are. And for Cooper, it's their good defense. Well, going into this game, we thought it'd be a role reversal. We thought it'd be about Cooper's quarterback play with O'Hara and then Anderson's great defense. They have 2 4-star defensive recruits. Well, it wasn't exactly how it shook out today.
Yeah, no, and you're talking about an Anderson team that, like, week in and week out over the last couple of years, you're talking about a team that can score like
200 points a week, yeah.
60-something on any given night. But you get this kind of thing, right? On week one, sometimes you got two very good teams from across the river. They don't know each other. It was 8-3 at halftime. Anderson led 8-3 at halftime. They turn around and say they score 44 points in the second half to win 52-10. Our high school sports insider and expert Mike Dyer joins us from Forest Drive at Anderson with the player of the game.
Guys, here with Anderson Jr. Jordan Davis unofficially tonight scored 3 touchdowns, 1 yard, 2 yards, and 3 yards. Jordan, tell me about tonight. What was it like out here in front of the home crowd?
My first game here, it was pretty challenging. You know, first half we struggled, but as the second half developed, we came out, put up like 48 points. So, you know, we came out, had fun, and touchdowns. So I feel like we all going to develop as a team and continue to build that chemistry. But now on, we going to next week, West Clermont.
Your ex-name is Jordan Main Event Davis. Tell me about that a little bit.
Hey, main event, y'all saw it tonight. So main event every week. Come see it every week. We coming for that state championship, week 16. Come on.
How hungry is this team, Jordan?
We hungry. Came up short last year. We all hungry. Juniors, seniors, we all hungry.
Obviously, Jordan, very impressive game tonight. Anderson has won 23 consecutive games against Greater Cincinnati opponents. They'll be home against West Clermont week 2. Guys, back to you in the studio.
You know, main event Marshall has a good ring to it as well.
Touchdown, main event, hungry. We need a DJ to put a track under that. It's going to be the banger of the fall.
Hey, if the Bengals could score, they wear the same colors as Anderson. If they could score 52 points week 1 against the Browns, they'd probably be all right. Unfortunately, they needed to score 52 points last year a lot of times to win.
Yeah, you know, I don't think it matters how many points they're going to score this year because they just got to worry about that defense. And that's where you see Al Golden right there, the Bengals' new defensive coordinator. You know, he says they still got a few tricks up their sleeves. They're not showing everything in the preseason. Final preseason game is tomorrow against the Indianapolis Colts. Starters not going to play.
Yeah, here's what head coach Zach Taylor said about that.
I feel good about where our team's at right now. And so, again, I'm excited to get through the preseason and go play games because I see what I see in practice. And so I'm just really excited from top to bottom about a lot of the players that we have.
Yeah, like Marshall mentioned, the starters will not play. That day that we spoke to Zach earlier this week, he was like, I haven't even talked to those guys, but basically if they're watching right now, here's their announcement. They're not playing, the starters. 1 o'clock kickoff tomorrow here in Cincinnati. It's your only chance to catch the Bengals here at home before the season opener in Cleveland.
Yeah, well, we'll be at the game. We'll have it covered for you tomorrow. And I don't know how much you could really get out of this game. A lot of guys, though, they are fighting for their spots. They're making final roster cuts. I asked earlier in training camp to the Bengals coaching staff, how much do you use preseason games versus practice? And they said it's all part of the formula. So people still fighting for jobs. That's something to look out for.
The Reds opening up a series tonight against Arizona.
Yeah, they trail 4-3. Reds fighting for that final wild card spot. They need the Mets to keep losing and to keep on winning.
All right, that's tonight's show. We'll do it again next week and every night after that until the end of high school football season. Have a good one, everybody.